I won't beat around the bush. Let's get to it. My middle son's finishing up college. He's a decent kid, mostly makes me proud. But right now, I'm kinda pissed at him. Pause. Out of the blue, he asked for cash to hit Hawaii with his buddies for spring break. Honestly, it threw me off. I don't mind him letting loose, he's a good guy after all. But something about it bugged me, with a hint of frustration. His mom's been struggling with her mental health lately, and having him home would have meant everything to her. But nah, he's dreaming about getting wasted on a beach with his frat bros. Truth is, I can't even judge him too hard. With a slight chuckle. At his age, I was the same, and I see a lot of young me in him. This money thing? It dug up old college memories I hadn't thought about in years. Funny twist. He's the one who showed me this platform I'm writing on. Maybe he'll laugh if my story gets out there. I went to Wharton, graduated in '85, and I'm still damn proud of it. With pride. Back then, and even now, it was the top of the heap for business schools. I took it seriously. Sure, I partied, but I worked my ass off too. Those were wild days. Some of my classmates, they lived like they were in a Wall Street broker flick. Total madness. I tried to steer clear of that mess, but one time I let go. With intrigue. Junior year, I was dating this Puerto Rican girl, Maria Muñez. Still think of her with a smile. Sometimes I wonder, what if I'd gone all in with her back then? Normally, I'd head home for spring break, but that year, she talked me into going to Puerto Rico to meet her family. First time on the island, and I wanted to impress her, so I said yes without a second thought. I'll admit, though, I was a wreck inside, scared I'd screw it up. With a nervous edge. Maria teased that her folks were chill and probably already knew all about me. That just cranked my nerves up higher. Lucky for me, it was all for nothing. Her family welcomed me like one of their own. We clicked fast. I spent most of the trip with her relatives, but Maria and I snagged some time for ourselves. It was spring break after all. One day, we decided to hike El Yunque, the only tropical rainforest in the U.S. National Park System. No car, so Maria's mom dropped us at the start of a popular trail. We were a couple of rebels, and since we didn't have to drive, we packed some rum and a little weed. The plan? Simple. Hike, enjoy the views, relax a bit. Everything was perfect, until we hit a snag. The trail we picked was closed. Flooding, repairs, something. I can't remember. Maria was crushed, nearly in tears. I tried cheering her up. There were tons of other paths, but she dug in. This was the trail, the best, and the rest were crap. I didn't get how one path could be that much better, but arguing with her? Pointless. Asked her what to do, and then she said it. Let's take the closed one anyway. With excitement, we both loved breaking rules, so I was in. Come all this way and back off over a sign? Hell no. She gave me that sly look, and that was it. We made sure no one was watching, hopped the barrier, and started up, laughing like idiots. At first, it was even better than we'd hoped. The forest felt like ours, no one around. For a trail that famous, unreal. Picture this. You're at a world-class natural wonder, and it's just you. That's not something you can buy. We walked, checked out little waterfalls, sipped our rum. Not too much, just for the vibe. It was great, until Maria screamed and jumped back, nearly knocking me over. With tension. I froze, not sure what was up, looked around, and stopped dead. There on the trail was a mongoose, big, fresh, and headless. I told Maria to stay put and went to check it out, with faint hope. Hoped it was a toy or something. Nope. Up close, it was clear. The head was sliced off clean, like with a knife. Too neat for an animal or an accident. Worst part? No smell yet. It was recent. Maria was shaking. I was in shock. I muttered something stupid like, "Crime doesn't happen in national parks," even though I didn't buy it. With doubt. Hugged her and led her on, blocking her view of the body. One thought kept spinning. We gotta get away from here. We walked in silence. Even distance didn't bring back our groove. Adrenaline killed my buzz, and Maria looked like she'd cry any second. I tried to perk her up, but she was done with fun, with sympathy. She said she wanted to finish the trail like we planned, but her voice gave it away. The forest scared her now, and I got it. As we hiked, I racked my brain. Hunting here, this close to a trail, legal, doubt it. But what else made sense? Why leave the body? No idea. Maybe someone else, like us, used the empty forest. Beats me. We went another mile or so, but Maria was fading. Finally, she admitted she felt bad and wanted to turn back. I didn't argue, though the thought of passing that mongoose again freaked me out. Didn't want her seeing it. On the way back, I told her to keep her head down. She did. I braced myself, but when we rounded the bend, it was gone. With surprise, someone took it. My heart started pounding. I scanned the trees, expecting a shadow. Then I saw worse. That same mongoose hanging from a branch. Paws tied with twine, green liquid dripping, spinning slow in the wind. I cursed out loud. Maria looked up and screamed, sharp and terrified, with panic. I grabbed her hand and yelled, "Run!" We bolted down the trail, tripping, looking back. I let her go ahead, kept checking for someone chasing. Then, from behind, a woman's scream, loud, full of pain, like someone was getting sliced, with intensity. Maria flinched, sobbed, tried to speed up, but she was spent. I dragged her along, lungs burning. We couldn't stop. She ran out of steam, so we switched to a fast walk. I turned, walking backward, eyes locked on the trail, waiting for someone to jump out. The one who did this. With unease. Nothing. When the trailhead came into sight, I eased up too soon. A ranger stood by the barrier, arms crossed, pissed off. We slipped by. He tore into us about breaking rules, said we were done, banned for good. Then he saw Maria, tears, barely standing, and softened. I spilled it all. The mongoose, the rope, the scream. He took it seriously, marched us to the ranger station. A supervisor was there. Had to tell the story again, then once more for the cops. Maria just shook, silent. Her mom picked us up later, and we left. Never heard what the police found, if they even checked. Maria and I split the next summer, lost touch. But years later, this still chills me. Pause, softly. That scream especially. No one else on that trail. Who made it? I still don't know.
Now, a fresher story last year. Spring break, me and my friends, Jackson, Ariel, Isabel, picked a quiet Alabama beach. No crowds, just us, stars, and waves. We got there late, later than planned. Parked at the nearest lot, walked to the shore. Place was empty, no fishermen, no campers, just sand forever. Isabel, who knew the area, said locals sometimes fish there at night. But that evening, nada. Sun was setting, we had to hustle with camp. Jackson and I set up the tents. I brought my Doberman, Bean. He loves sand. We cracked up watching him sprint and roll around. with a light laugh. Then Ariel spotted a car way off, old beat-up SUV, creeping along a narrow road by the dunes. Barely a road, just packed sand, beach on one side, bushes hiding the highway on the other. It disappeared. We didn't care. Finished the tents, popped some beers, girls grabbed seltzers, so we teased them. Sat down to talk. Night was closing in. Someone, I forget who, noticed the car was back, with tension. Stopped right across from us. Door swung open and a guy stepped out. Tall, face unclear. He walked toward us. The girls got jittery. Jackson and I said, "Relax." Headed to meet him. Bean at our side. He was on edge. Up close, I saw the guy limping, almost falling. Jackson tossed out, "How's it going, man?" All cheery, but he cut to it. "You're on my land." With confusion, slurring like he was drunk. I said we thought the beach was public, no sign said otherwise. He didn't answer, just pulled a knife. Bean growled. I figured that'd scare him. Dobermans look mean, didn't faze him. Suddenly he lunged, knife out. With panic, Bean charged, bit his arm, took him down to the sand. I yelled, "No!" Scared he'd get stabbed, but Bean knocked the knife free. Guy howled in pain. I called Bean off. He came back, eyes on the dude. The guy stumbled up, limped to his car. Jackson and I ran to the girls, told them everything. SUV peeled out. Ariel and Isabel wanted to pack and go, but I wasn't sure. That psycho could come back. Hauling gear in the dark sounded bad. Isabel said he might grab something worse than a knife. We called the cops. Ariel dialed, gave our spot and the story. By the time they showed, we were at the lot. Bean was alert. He's why I felt safe at all. At the car, slashed tires, with dread. Cop pulled his gun, had me pop the trunk, empty, thank God. He helped with the tires, took our statements. Without Bean, that night could have gone way worse. Pause. Quiet spots are cool, but risky as hell.
Spring 2023, my friend Michelle and I hit Miami for a weekend. Both 22, our first time there. Booked a spot in Wynwood through Airbnb, 20 minutes from the beach by cab. Landed late Thursday, so we just checked out nearby bars. Next day, Miami Beach. Grabbed towels from the place, lounged on the sand all day. Guys kept hitting on us. We brushed them off. One stood out, though, came up to me, Will, with a hint of awe. Charming accent, hot as hell, smooth moves. Asked about our night plans, got my number, walked off. Michelle and I watched. Would he hit on someone else? Nope, just left, glued to his phone. Michelle was a little jealous he picked me. I could tell. After the beach and bars, we went back, grabbed drinks and snacks. Hung by the pool, music blasting from her speaker, figuring out the night. Texted Will, "What's your plan?" He hit back fast. Him and his buddy were free, up for Wynwood. Michelle joked, "His friend cute?" I didn't ask. They'd swing by to pregame. Showed up at 8. Friend was Ken, solid too. They brought booze. We chilled in the yard for an hour. Smooth vibes, they seemed normal. Then we hit a bar nearby. Michelle and I were tipsy. Will and Ken kept ordering shots. Night got hazy, not blackout, but details blurred. At some point, Michelle and Ken slipped off, probably to hook up, leaving me with Will. Had to hit the bathroom. As I left, he yelled, "What you want next?" I said, "Tequila soda." Pause. Came back and froze. Will was hunched over the bar, messing with our drinks. Shifted my view. He was tampering with mine, with alarm. Drunk but not dumb, I knew something was wrong. Slipped away before he saw, looking for Michelle. She and Ken, gone. Ran out, calling her, no answer. Will texted, "Where'd you go?" Ignored it. Spamming Michelle, I said Will might have spiked my drink. Walking to the Airbnb, she finally texted, "Why think he drugged you?" Told her about the glass. "Maybe he was just on his phone," she said. Called, no pickup. Texted I was out, not going back, let's meet home. "Soon," she replied. Got in, locked up, sat there, drunk, on edge, with worry. Stressed about Michelle, but doubting. Did I overthink Will? He didn't text again, weirdly. Then the back door handle jiggled. Keypad beeped, wrong code, with tension. Michelle texted, "Open the back." Yelled her name through the door. Silence. Called. No answer. New text. "Hurry, he's coming." Panic hit. "Michelle, you're scaring me," I shouted. No reply. Front peephole. Will hiding to the side, with terror, head spinning. If she's running from him, who's at the back? Texted, "I'm calling 911. Did it. Talking to the operator, Will vanished. Cops came quick. One asked, "Your friend blonde?" They found her, in another car, crying, wasted. Michelle said her phone got stolen. Wandered an hour till someone helped her call cops. Those texts? Not her. Ken, or whatever his name was. Phone turned up in the pool. They bailed when I said police. We filed a report, told the Airbnb host, moved out. Trip was trashed. Week later, cops called, just to check Will's name. Didn't match the number, no updates, with anger. Sick how little they care. I could have died.
I'm Anna. Me and my friend Lena, both college juniors, were dying for spring break. No cash for Mexico or Hawaii, so we looked closer in the States. Found a cheap Airbnb in Charleston's historic district. 5 nights of food, bars, wandering. I'd just hit 21. No more fake ID stress, sweet bonus. By day 3, we were in the groove. Sightseeing days, nights at cafes and bars. We're not big drinkers, just vibed with the scene. That night, we hit a small seafood spot. Fried shrimp, sweet tea, real cozy. Not touristy. Lena's a gem for finding it. With warmth. We were chatting when my phone buzzed. Unknown number, short text. "Hey," showed Lena. She didn't know it. Figured spam or a mistake. Texted back, "Who's this?" and dropped it. We were giggling over something dumb when the reply came, "Look outside." Pause. I froze. Checked the window. Nothing. Just people walking. Told Lena someone's screwing with me. She nodded, but it creeped me out. Friends don't pull that. Couple minutes later, new text. "Anna," with dread. My stomach dropped. Not random anymore. Lena saw it, reminded me. First day, we filled out a diner raffle form, name, number, all there. Forgot about that. Someone from there? We panicked, appetite gone. Finished our tea, paid, headed to a rooftop bar across town. Loud, packed, safe. Few drinks in, I chilled. Then another text. "Nice red jacket." I had a red jacket on. Almost no one else did. With unease. Scanned the crowd. Laughter, chatter, no stares. Showed Lena. We bolted home. Walked careful, checking behind us. Locked the door, checked windows, shut curtains. Hour later, hungry, but no way we're going out. Ordered burgers via Uber Eats. Leave at door. Waited 50 minutes, zoned out to reality TV. Then a knock. Phone pinged. Delivery. But drivers don't knock. Peephole. Guy in a hoodie with our bag. Didn't leave. Knocked again. "Uber Eats for Anna." Said leave it. He insisted I sign, with suspicion. Total BS. Lena grabbed her phone, called 911, whispered, "Just in case." Guy started pounding, yelling my name. Thought he'd break in. With panic. Sirens wailed. Banging stopped. Bag dropped. Footsteps faded. Window peek. Cops nabbed him next yard over. Later, they said he worked at that diner. Snapped pics of the forms, tracked us, probably saw tourists, easy prey. Followed from the bar, nabbed our delivery, faked being my boyfriend. Had a record. Creepy bastard. Rest of the trip sucked. I was glad to leave. Pause. No clue what he wanted, but without Lena's call, it could have ended bad.